Good afternoon. It is cold today. Although, not as cold as it has been. It's been like in the 40s lately. I know some of you that might not actually be cold at all, but it's pretty cold here. But today is like 55, so it's a little bit warmer than it has been. My seatbelt's messed up. There we go. So I'm on the way to grab some lunch before I have to go to work, as I often do. You know, you can only see half of my face right now, but the sun is like right at eye level, so I'm trying to block it. But I had a weird dream last night. This just goes to show you that no matter what time of year it is, I'm always thinking about Halloween. I had a dream that it was Halloween night, or well, Halloween day, and I was freaking out because I had not done anything that I wanted to do. All I had was my costume, and that was it. I didn't put together any of the props. I didn't have the haunt set up at all, and I was livid at myself. I was so upset. And then I woke up and realized it was all a dream. But that actually reminds me that I do want to take some time to like walk you guys through all the stuff that I have planned this year, because this is gonna be a huge year. I don't even know how to like stress that enough. So I ran out of memory card space in the middle of me talking earlier. That was fun. Basically, I was just saying that this Halloween is going to be huge. So huge that I actually have to hire at least one security officer to be out there because of the scale of it, and I think it would probably technically be considered an event at this point. But I'll talk you guys through it and talk about all my ideas in the next couple of days. Meanwhile, everybody's talking about the Powerball, because the jackpot is up to 1.3 billion, and everybody thinks that they're gonna go to the store and buy a $3 ticket and walk home a billionaire. Now, ignoring the fact that that's not how it works, and that if you want the full $1.3 billion, you have to take it in annual payments over 30 years, or you can accept a smaller prize of 800 million all at once, and then have all the taxes taken out, which means you'll take home like maybe 300 million. I was looking at like the math of it last night. But anyway, all that aside, you know, everybody's talking about it, so it's gotten me a little bit interested in it all. So I went onto the Powerball website. I've never played the lottery. I've never really done anything like that. I went onto the Powerball website, which is like looking through the frequently asked questions. And I would just like to take a moment to appreciate whoever the person is that writes the frequently asked questions section on the Powerball website. There's some pretty funny things in here. One of my favorites is the question says, "How do I claim my prize?" And the answer is, "Sometimes a convenience store that has safety concerns may not carry the cash. In a few places, there are super retailers that can pay up to $25,000. Look for a clerk wearing a cape and tights." That is actually on the Powerball website. Right there. That is a legit answer on the Powerball website. And I think that is hilarious. Clearly this guy did not take his job too seriously. So I'm home from work. It's later at night, and now that I've cleared out some space in the garage, I can finally get started on that commissioned Tombstone. The thing about living in a warmer climate is, I think I may have said this already, the hardware stores around here don't sell the foam that is usually used for making stuff like this. I can't remember like the distinction between like what the names are, but as far as like the pink or green foam that most people use, They only sell that in 1/2 inch thickness here. You cannot find it any thicker than 1/2 inch, which is a bummer. And there's like, as far as I've seen, there's no way for me to get it unless I literally drive further upstate, which is a little bit crazy. You can't even order it online because you have to order it in bulk and you have to like be a contractor to do it. So it's kind of unfortunate. I'm stuck with the expanded polystyrene foam, which still works. It doesn't allow me to get quite as good detail as the other kind of foam. That's the only drawback. But one other thing about it is it comes with these layers of film on either side. One side is a shiny film and the top is like a clear film on it. And so before I can do anything, I have to actually peel all of this away in order to expose the foam to carve into and everything. So it's a little bit more difficult to work with, I guess. I mean, once I coat it with a couple coats of dry lock and the paint, it holds up just fine. It's just kind of, when it comes to carving in the small details, the expanded polystyrene is not the best. But anyway, all that aside, unfortunately my camera died just a few minutes ago, so I'm using my phone right now. But I'm going to go ahead and cut out the basic shape for the commissioned Tombstone. Alright, so I got most of the film off. There's a couple spots that are being a little bit stubborn, but we'll get to those eventually. Alright, so he wants it to be a traditional Tombstone shape, and he wants it to be 2 feet tall. So I figured the best way to do that is by essentially cutting out 2 square 2x2 foot pieces. Does that make sense? Essentially, I made some markings on the foam already. Essentially, this is the center point, and this will be the peak. So the design will come, this is the highest point, so it'll come down here and down here in order to create that classic Tombstone design. It's going to take a little bit of freehand. I had to freehand Rhett and Lynx as well, but it shouldn't be too hard. Alright, so there's the basic free-handed design. I had to go over myself a couple of times, but that's okay, because as I'm cutting it out, I can trim it down and refine it as I need to. I mean, it's not supposed to look perfect. The imperfections are what give it character. But it's a good thing that paint will cover up all those lines. And also, it is cold out here. Over the summer, I invested in an air conditioner because it gets so hot. I guess I need to invest in a space heater, too. Now, the question is, where are my foam carving tools? Everything has gotten kind of buried in here over the last few months. So I guess I need to dig around and try and find them. There they are. Hiding way back there. Alright, so there is the basic Tombstone shape. It took some tweaking, and I had to keep going back over and like trimming bits and pieces off of the sides. I mean, it's still not perfect. You can see that doesn't really match up. But you know what? That's okay. It's supposed to be like chiseled stone. It's not supposed to be perfect. I think it'll be fine. So I printed out the logo, and it should look pretty good right there in the center. Like that. That's essentially how it'll look. Now the carving process is going to be a little bit more in-depth than what I'm used to, because the Nosferatu stone and even the Rhett and Link stone really wasn't this in-depth. Well, I guess the Good Mythical Morning was pretty intense, pretty complicated, but you can see in this guy's logo, there's like these little details in the headphones and everything. So that'll be a task, but it'll be fine. I don't think I'm going to carve that tonight though, because it is 3:35 in the morning and I'm starting to get kind of tired, so I might save that for tomorrow. But once I get the letters and everything carved out, then I just have to paint it and I can ship it off. I kind of like doing these commission things. If I could, I would make props for a living. It's just that there's nothing like that around here where I live, so there's like no way for me to get into that world. But who knows, maybe someday. Until then, I'm okay keeping it as a hobby. But yeah, I'm probably gonna head on to bed because I'm getting pretty tired. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.